In my pursuit of becoming a better YouTuber, the first stop in this journey is becoming a better storyteller. And when I first started this journey of studying storytelling, I thought there was this formula, a rigid structure you had to follow. And sure, great stories have structure, but I quickly learned it's not that simple. What if storytelling isn't just about the stories themselves, but the connections we make, the conversations we spark, and how we see the world differently? Before we dive into this, there will be links to all of the study materials in the description. Storytelling isn't just a skill, it's essential to how we communicate as humans. It's a universal language. Think about a great joke and a good story. They build towards this moment of truth. They tap into universal human emotions. And most importantly, they make people care. Imagine packing for a wilderness trip. You'd only take what's essential, right? There wouldn't be a whole bunch of fluff and unnecessary items taking up space in your bag. Well, the same goes for storytelling. Every element of a story should add value. It should move the story forward. And it should keep the audience engaged. Dialogue shouldn't spell everything out to the viewer. The best stories are often shown, not told. A well-crafted story unfolds. It builds tension and it keeps people on the edge of their seats. In a lot of great stories, there's something at stake. What happens if a character fails? What's hanging in the balance? What happens if things don't go as planned? Here's the thing, you can't cram a 3-hour film into a 10-minute short film. You have to keep focused on the task. Character development does matter, but you have to give your audience just enough to care, to understand the decisions they make, just enough backstory to connect. Inspiration is everywhere, but you can't just passively wait for it to come tap you on the shoulder. You have to actively seek it out. That's why keeping a notebook with you at all times is so important. You can draw from your own real life. Those real, raw human emotions can be powerful and something that people connect with on screen. Creativity is just connecting the dots. Telling stories visually means paying attention to composition. Low angles often show power, high angles often reveal vulnerability. Lighting can change the mood entirely. And sound design, it can transport you to a different world or make you feel things you never expected. We often think of storytelling through the lens of traditional Western structures. 3 acts, 5 acts, good versus evil, conflict. But storytelling around the world challenges those notions. In East Asian storytelling, the focus isn't always on conflict. It's often about gradual unfolding, a twist in how someone sees the world, discovering strength, compassion, or finding yourself. In African and Aboriginal storytelling structures, stories are often about connection to your history, to your land, and to your community. It's not about suspense or goals. It's about reminding people where they came from. Storytelling is cultural and diverse. Storytelling is so much more than a formula. It's complex. It shouldn't be limited to what we already know. The possibilities are truly endless. So experiment, explore, and see where your stories take you. You know, those were the big takeaways I had during my studies on storytelling. There's so much that goes into making a great story. And if you would like to learn more about any of the topics I briefly covered in this video, I will leave a link to the study guide in this video. I will also leave a link to the podcast study guide in this video as well.